This is the frontline force along the Iraqi Kurdistan border with Syria. These Peshmerga forces, the word means willing to die for the cause, used to be a militia force fighting for Kurdish rights. Now it operates under the Kurdistan regional government, and the KRG is in effect a state within Iraq, and this therefore its army. This brigadier general was on a visit to the border, and he doesn't deny what faces them there.
We face massive challenges with the refugee crisis, with smuggling and with terrorists going across the border, but we need newer and better equipment, particularly for surveillance.
Here at the Sahela border crossing, you can see some of the challenges the Peshmerga face. Between 1,000 and 1,500 refugees arrive here every day. The soldiers search for illegal goods and weapons. More often than not, all they find are the last remnants of a life they left behind. For many, just getting here has been grueling enough.
It took me 2 days to walk here. There was fighting in my village. The army, the terrorists, I don't know who. I feared for my life. Only God knows what I will find here.
It's not just these people who use the border. Some of these refugees have been walking for days to get from Syria, which is over there, to Iraqi Kurdistan. They're using the official border crossing, which is very clearly marked. But there are huge parts of this border that aren't clearly marked, and armed groups are using that to their advantage. Take this place, for example. Beyond this ditch is Syria. At night, the Peshmerga forces place guards every 10 meters, but still fighters linked to Al-Qaeda and other groups get across some other less secure points. The federal government blames these groups for much of the violence in Baghdad, and Al-Qaeda in Iraq says it sends fighters to Syria over this border and Iraq's western border with the country as well. The responsibility for patrolling the western border falls to Iraq's federal government. The other side is patrolled by a militia calling itself the Democratic Union Party of Syria, known commonly as the PYD. Relations between the Peshmerga and the PYD are tense, and the Peshmerga say they have no contact with them. If there is any military action against the Syrian regime by the West and its allies, it's these border posts that will come under pressure, not just here in northern Iraq, but on the western border as well. There'll be more refugees entering Iraq and more fighters going in and out of Syria. And that will mean that the regional spillover of the Syrian conflict will only get worse, putting these men under more pressure in a country that's already been torn apart by sectarian violence, ethnic tensions and war. Imran Khan, Al Jazeera on the Iraqi Kurdistan-Syrian border.